Welcome back to Indian Trace. I have been realizing that I have a really fantastic and unique opportunity. Some of these pieces have been seen, but some are unseen. But they haven't been seen like you're going to see them now. And what I mean by the opportunity is these are my 2 to 3 inch pieces of quartz in all the highest quality that I've found in 4 years. And I'm trying to get back a little bit so I can get it all in the camera angle. These are big points. This is over 3 inches right here, and that's sugar quartz. But we're going to see all these. These are all large quartz tips, and you can see that this is as big as I found. And the reason I'm doing this is because it has been, and look at this view. It has been particularly unique now to even find one. They use a lot of quartz around here, but for every 10 points I find, maybe I find one that's quartz. A lot of rhyolite, but in terms of big quartz, you don't find them that often. So I just wanted to do, first of all, start off with a little bit of a still shot so I could show you some of these things, and we could get right into it, and I could sort of highlight the largest quartz points that I have when light is perfect. And I don't visit them that often, maybe once, twice a year. And so just for posterity, I want to show you some of these. This is a fantastic point that I found at Saponi, and or blade. And you can just see how they have relieved this back end. And it's all ground, this piece, that's for sure. If I can get the right range and show you what I mean. I don't know if that's coming in. I want to get a good angle on that. Some of you, and I see new people come all the time, which is great, and I wanted to get a chance to show you this. It's ground right here. This is sugar quartz you're seeing, and you can see how they've relieved it off the back here. So they could haft it in for whatever reason, whether it was a working tool or whether it was an actual lance point. It's very hard to determine. This is early archaic right here, this point. I mean, you can see how much area they hafted in right here. Very cool. Very great point to open up with. Just a good looking tip. And I went out today, the video before it's from archaic, and so I'm happy that things are getting into the dirt now. And points, that is. And I'll take a couple of the big ones here now. This might be the finest workmanship on a blade in quartz that I have found. And this really, I mean, some of the guys that are on here have seen this, but this right here is a crazy tip found at Saponi as well. The workmanship on this is a little bit crazy. Smooth as can be, really finely worked quartz. All I can do is try to show it, hope it comes in, but this is big stuff. This is not found that often, and so I'll put that right there. It's a great indication. And another that looks similar to that right here, found at Notchville. This is a unique piece for sure. Big quartz. I mean, look at this stuff. And like I said, maybe these 14 pieces, they're it for the last 3 years. They're it. And I found so many other points, as many of you know on Indian Trace and have seen a lot of the collection that I have, which is just an opportunity that I have to go ahead and show it, because I'm learning more and more from all over the country. People in urban areas, people in the city, you can't find, and just don't have an opportunity to find this stuff. So I want to be able to show it in context. This is not stuff you find every day, and to me it's special, this big quartz stuff. For example, check this out. And I'm sort of monitoring my time. Look at this piece right in the middle. It is big and strong. See, that doesn't even bother me that that's humped up on the back there. Maybe they couldn't relieve that because you can tell where they hefted it right in, and it would have been strong as can be. Fantastic point found at the Hawk. I mean, look at that. Crazy, right? Definitely crazy. So I'm going to put that piece right here. Don't know how this display is going to turn out here, but I want to show these things in context. Craziness to me. That is a big point. Because I'm coming to the point where I find and actually have begun to realize how rare it is to find these big pieces, and I'm new. I'm a new collector. 4 years is not collecting long. Some of the guys on here that you see collected for 30 years and are just, they know so much more about the ins and outs of collecting than I do. But I just do my best out there. Look at this piece. Great piece. Found at B&B Field. Just long piece of quartz, serrated. Some people are crazy about serrated pieces. I don't mind them at all, but that's just a fantastic point. Put him right up there with this guy. Anyway, what's next? Go with a couple, going big to small, I guess. Look at this piece here. I went here this weekend. This came off of the plateau. And I love this piece. This is one of my favorite pieces. Of course, it's all translucent. That's why I like this light. But this piece is particular and unique to me. I like the way they made it. Sometimes some things just take a little bit of more of an appeal to you. That's big. That's big quartz. Uncommon. So if I put that right in there, finds a good place. Mercy. And another one that's about the same, came from right near there, came from the Hawk, is this one. And this is a yellowish, if not cream, quartz. Interesting thing about this, I want you to see it if I can keep the focus working. Nothing's broken on the base. I've seen it before. It's completely worked off. On the base. Relieved. So that's what you can find once in a while here in North Carolina. They definitely took this material and used it as best they could. Love that point. You'll find a good place right here. Now, like I said, what you're looking at is just completely rare, and I've only come to the place recently where I know that. When you start hunting and you start finding stuff, you're like, wow, great piece, and you go on with it, but you don't really know how often or how much you're going to find it. Now this group, I mean, look at this. Craziness. Let's keep going. We'll get through it. All right. Let's look at this piece I found at Hidden Hill. This is a little bit smaller, but still really big quartz tip out of milky quartz. I don't know. I haven't figured out whether or not to just determine these to be lance points or blades or spear points or what have you. What I do know is that they are great ancient Indian, North American Indian projectile points. And I sort of leave it at that. I don't try to get my brain all messed up with trying to figure out exactly what it was, because there's so many mysteries that we have not really understood and we don't know. In terms of sharpening, I think there's a lot of guys who understand it better because they nap. So I would listen to them. I mean, really would, if you're really curious about what it is, because they know. They definitely know. Well, they have a better idea than me, that's for sure. Anyway, that's a great point. I'll put that right there. And another one that goes with that is a point I found at the jump off. I love this point. Just love this point. Big quartz. I've done some other video series on big quartz, but when videos add up, you know, and you get new people, they don't always have time to go back in time and check your videos out. I literally, and I was last night, I think it was Creek Dalton or whatever it was, made a shout out to him and told him that I don't mind going back to videos made in 2010 or 2009 or whatever it is, to see what they found and where they come from. It's just awesome to me to be able to try to play catch up. It's better than TV to me, because it sort of serves a passion. Nice point, huh? Big stuff. Big stuff. Like that point. Look at that set so far, right? I don't even know how to get this one to fit up in there. We got a couple more and we'll finish up, but I mean these are incredible points. Look at this guy right here. Found it at the basin. This is a particularly translucent one. It's very clear quartz, same with the one behind it, but very clear, translucent. But at the same time, a little bit of sugar quartz mixed in there. It is a particularly unique point for sure. I mean, look at this thing. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get it and show you with the focus. Crazy, right? Oh! Dropped it. Incredible point, though. Put that guy right there. A little bit off the base, but I can't complain about that. I love that point. Big. Alright, my time is running thin. I'll probably get cut off. I'm hoping I won't. I'm just going to push for it and try to finish, because this point here, found at the rise, was really unique. It's not broken. They just worked it off that side and made some... Could be a blade, you know, but I don't know. This was particular. This piece. Of course, it's completely translucent. I'm hoping I can get the exposure on this like, you know, like you were here, or like you could handle this yourself, because it's a particular point. Look at that. I mean, are you crazy or what? Big stuff. Nice, right? Crazy to me. So you just pick it up, you know, and you're just happy to be able to collect it and make a strong show of it all. Love it. Listen, this might be cutting off, but I just wanted to do my best to put a couple videos up today and show you some great North American Indian artifacts. Of course, hopefully it's obvious I love it. I don't mind showing it and making a display of it. Big stuff, though. Appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace. What I'm going to do is, in quiet mode, in slow motion, I'm going to go and do a close-up of this, and it might cut off. If it doesn't, great. If it does, I hope you find out there. Eastern North Carolina.